Next, we'll discuss the relationship between the zeros of a quadratic polynomial with its coefficients. Let's consider the general form of the quadratic polynomial. Recall that a quadratic polynomial can have a maximum of 2 zeros. Let's assume that the zeros of the polynomial p of x are alpha and beta. Here we will apply the factor theorem to determine the factors of p of x. Recall that the factor theorem states that if a is a zero of a polynomial p of x, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. In case of a quadratic polynomial, if alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial p of x, then the factors of p of x are x minus alpha and x minus beta. Thus, the quadratic polynomial is equal to k multiplied by x minus alpha multiplied by x minus beta, where k is a constant not equal to 0. Let's multiply the factors on the right-hand side of the equation. The equation obtained is as shown. Now, let's compare the coefficients on both the sides of the equation. A is equal to k. This is by comparing the coefficient of x squared. Let this be equation 1. B is equal to minus k multiplied by alpha plus beta. This is by comparing the coefficient of x. Let this be equation 2. And C is equal to k multiplied by alpha multiplied by beta. Let this be equation 3. Now, let us use the equation 1 and equation 2 to get this relation. This equation indicates that the sum of the zeros is equal to minus b divided by a. Here b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x squared. Therefore, this equation establishes the relationship between the sum of zeros and coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. On using equation 1 and equation 3, we get the product of zeros, which is equal to c divided by a. Here c is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x squared. Therefore, this equation defines the relationship between the product of zeros and the coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. In this module, you learned that the zero of a linear polynomial is equal to the negative of the constant term divided by the coefficient of x. If alpha n of a quadratic polynomial is equal to the negative of the coefficient of x divided by the coefficient of x squared, and the product of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial is equal to the constant term divided by the coefficient of x squared. In this module, In this module, we will learn about